Welcome out there in cyberspace. This is the 13th day of October in 2025, and it is 12 noon on the East Coast, 11 a.m. in Central, and 9 a.m. Pacific time. I think we've got all of our bases covered for who's on our air today, but like to welcome everyone out there. And first, I'd like to introduce my co-host today. Liz, how are you doing this splendid Monday morning?
Oh, I'm doing really well considering we're supposed to have rain today. So I'm super, super excited about that. We haven't had rain in a while.
Oh, you haven't? Oh, yeah. Well, we've
No.
had a nor'easter here, so it didn't hit us like they told us it was going to, but whatever. So we're just having a good time. But I would like to introduce Alex Brown, singer, composer, correct?
Yeah.
Yes, singer, composer on Team Nile on The Voice Season 28. And that is cool. And we have someone that you may know. I don't know, but maybe not. Anna Blackwell says, Alex!
Hey. What's up, Anna?
And Justin says, you were the last multi-chair turn that they showed on air. So that's kind of cool.
Yes, that is correct. I was.
Yes,
so very late in the audition process.
Yeah, that's always a scary thing when it's near the end. But I'd like to ask you the question I usually ask people, and if I don't ask it, I know Liz will. So, during the blind audition, did you remember much that was going on, or did you do like some people do and they just blacked out and got on autopilot and didn't really realize what was going on until they saw it later?
I remembered most of it. I mean, it's so much at once. Like you only remember parts of it,
right?
But I did remember it. It was definitely autopilot though, and it was like just, I was very nervous going into it, except right until the doors were about to open, and I was like, it's going to be over in a couple minutes, so just do it the way I've been practicing. So. But it was refreshing to see it though, because like I hadn't remembered exactly how they said certain things, so it was cool to watch it.
To watch it again and just kind of get knowing that that's what really happened. And then Mitchell Brown says, "Proud of you, buddy." And
what's up, Dad? How you doing?
And then Maddie Humble Brown says, "Go, Alex." And Mitchell says, "I was more nervous than he was."
Probably.
I bet that's true. But I'm going to go ahead to Liz. I know she's got some probing questions. So.
Well, I wouldn't go so far as to say probing, but I do have a burning question that I must have answered. How old were you when you first realized, one, I wanted to be a singer, and then when you realized, I really want to try out for The Voice?
I mean, I've always loved singing since I was just a kid, like as far back as I can remember. But I feel like when I started to take it seriously and see it as something that like a real possibility for me was probably just as a teenager. Like I'm from a small town. That was part of my story on the show, and I didn't know a lot of singers. It was like the musicians I played with were just the people I knew, and I kind of had to step up in that role to sing whenever I'd want to, play in a band with friends. And as far as auditioning for The Voice, I will tell you, it just kind of happened. It was the stars kind of aligned. One of my supervisors at my job just hit me up the day of. They were doing some auditions at my work. They needed some more people to audition. And so he just hit me up and said, "Hey, would you be interested?" So I really didn't put a lot of thought into it. I thought about it for about 30 seconds. And at first I was a little nervous and I said, "Yeah, I don't know." But then, I thought about it and I was like, I think people would want me to do this. So it was a very quick decision, but and that was last year. So yeah.
And I know you work at Old Red as the soundboard engineer. With that, has it become easier maybe for you to be like on stage and singing since you've been around some of these other artists?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it definitely normalizes it, which is I guess there's pros and cons to it because part of it is like you kind of need the stage to be a thing that where you have nerves, in my opinion, to perform the best you can. But it definitely it normalizes it to me. The just being able to learn from people and see the way they do it, and it's definitely helped me a lot as an artist to be able to do that.
It's funny that we talk about this and how you kind of came to be on The Voice, but I know you didn't tell your friends until it aired. But what was their reaction when they found out?
I mean, everybody was excited. Some people. I mean, like I had some coworkers that didn't know I even did music at all, and they were just like shocked. They were like, "What?" Like they had relatives calling, like, "Do you know this guy who works with you?" But no, all my friends. I mean, everybody was so supportive, and that's what's been really great about this is just hearing from all my close friends and family, and people I hadn't talked to in a while to reach out and support me. So that's been great.
You yourself, I know you have to go through several different steps to get to the blind auditions. When you got that notice of acceptance that you were accepted to go on to the blinds, what was your reaction? Did you think it was just, oh, somebody's pulling my leg, or, what was your experience with it?
I mean, I knew it was real. I was like, this can't be like, this would be such an elaborate prank, right, to pull that off. But it definitely took me, I will say, until I was actually on the plane going out to California, I just kept kind of questioning, like, is this really going to happen?
Yeah.
There's a lot of, because you never know what could happen. And, but once I was actually there was when it really started to feel real to me.
At that point. Wow. Michael, I'm going to throw it back to you real quick because we have more stuff in the...
We do. It's not mainly. It's just congratulations to Alex. I'm going to go ahead and throw it up, but just so if you do have a question, please post it in the chat room. We don't have very long today, so please try to confine your statements to questions, so I can get them up before we have to go off the air, which is actually in about 14 minutes. So please, be nice, but I'll throw up a couple of these. Audrey Schumbat Hendricks says, the Hendrickses love you so much and are so proud of you. And then we do have some likes on Facebook from Roger Noriega and from Ty and Anna Blackwell. We thank you for the likes. Please like and subscribe to our pages so you don't miss any of the Voice people this week. We have a total of 6 people from Team Nile on this week with us. So please, please, please like and subscribe so you don't miss anything, so you can see your faves. And then Sally Martin says, go Alex. Martins love you.
Love you.
Now, Justin had a thing that if you had 4 chair turns,
I forgot that one.
Would there have been anybody else that you would have liked to have gone with, or did you not really? You didn't care, or were you waiting? If you were thinking of somebody else, were you waiting to see what they told you? Did you have any? In other words, did you have a game plan?
I didn't have like that. I was just gonna whoever turned. It could have been one chair. I would have been happy with anybody, and I would have been happy with any of the coaches. But I will say the 2 that turned were the 2 that I was most interested in. So it really did work kind of perfect. I I was very very tempted to pick Snoop Dogg just because he's cool, but I went with Niall, and I'm happy I did. I have to say it was my wife. She pushed me a little bit to pick that one, and I love her, so I just had to do that.
Oh,
but,
did she have a
but I would have
reason
been cool
for that? Was she a One
She just
Direction
loved
fan?
Oh yeah, well she
Yes.
was One Direction fan, and he was her favorite. So
Oh, there you go. Well, then you
Yeah.
had no choice. I'm just
that's
saying
it.
you had no choice.
I had
Yeah.
no choice.
You had no choice.
No choice.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Which is good. So
Yeah. Right. It actually helps. I kind of like that. I like somebody kind of.
Well, and you can blame everything on her.
Right. Exactly.
You know, it's like, oh, well,
Right.
you told me this. That's what. So everything's this is all you. So you know,
Yeah,
if you go very far, then it's her thing too. So
Right.
what do you do?
Yeah.
So
Well, speaking of your wife, I wanted to cut in here real quick and wish you both a belated happy anniversary. I know that was last month. So.
Oh, thank you so much. Appreciate that. It's our 2-year.
Yep.
2 years of that is cool. That is cool. Where do you see yourself in a year? Where would you like to be in a year in your career? Or have you thought that far in advance?
A little bit. I would say the biggest thing is I want to have more music released. I mean, that's the most important thing to me at the moment. I want to be able to have more original music that I can be performing, and that I also just having some more opportunities, some more gigs, some more regular shows to play. But that's the big thing. My priority right now is just to have some more music in my catalog.
That's a good goal. Liz, are you ready to?
Oh yeah, anytime. I was shaking my head because, as usual, you snagged two of mine.
Well, that's my job. That's my job.
I hear a lot of emotion coming through in your voice with the songs. When you're singing such a powerful song as this, where are you pulling from to get your emotion? Is it from an experience, someone else's experience, or just in general?
Yeah, that's a tough question. I would say both. Definitely my experience and other people, because I didn't write the song. But I think it was the perfect song. Like it just, I could relate to it really well. And I would definitely say it was just from no particular experience, but just everything in my life, kind of all came to a head with that.
Okay. I know that you have, I believe you have participated in Busker Fest. Did you go this last June or not?
I did not go this last June. I believe I was in California. I believe during that time. I really wish I could have though. I haven't done that in. I did it when I was had just graduated high school, but it was really fun. A really cool thing that Huntsville does.
Yes, it is. I think it's really neat. I've been to it a couple times, so I was wondering, considering you're from there, if it had been something you would have done. So
yeah.
Of any of the experiences that you had leading up to the blinds, what is your most favorite memory?
Do you mean just during the whole process of filming?
The process of it, from getting there, going through the original auditions?
It's tough to say. I don't know if I have a specific memory. But honestly, making friends and just doing fun stuff out there with people and getting to build relationships with people. That's tough to say off the top of my head. My favorite experience. I did enjoy the rehearsals with the band because they have an amazing band on the show, and all the rehearsals were that was just a really cool experience to be able to play with those guys.
Okay. Have you always had such an ease to transition? Your talking voice is a lot in the lower register compared to your singing voice, which is in a much higher runner. So, do you have trouble with your voice switching back and forth, or does it come naturally, or do you have to work at that?
Um, I'd say I have to work at it. I mean, I feel like it took me a while to develop the way I sing now. Like if you listen to me like 10 years ago, I wouldn't sound I sound like me, but very different voice. Um, I would say it now it's not very hard for me to just kind of switch to whatever register. But I would say like it's kind of a year long. Like it took a lot of years to really get it to sound the way I wanted it to sound, and that definitely took a lot of work to get to that point.
I'm hearing when I listen to you a lot of Luther Vandross coming through. And I was wondering what you consider your style of music. Is it more soul and jazz? Is it a little leaning toward country? Exactly where do you feel that you are within that lane?
I would say like the singers that I spend the most time listening to are like the kind of soul singers, and those are the people that I have probably the most respect for, just as singers, and that it's the kind of stuff I like to listen to. So I would say I'm in that realm, but at the end of the day, I would say I'm like a pop musician, pop singer, which is kind of anything, right?
Yeah.
Pop is just whatever's popular. You say country, like I've never been a huge country fan. I mean, I am a big fan of like Chris Stapleton. Like that's a guy I learned a lot from just listening to him, the way he sings. And I think just being from the South has sort of an unconscious influence the way I say words and sing, you know, and just the way I sing. I think that definitely has influenced me a lot, just being from the South. But I think that's the best of my genre is just pop music because I've liked a lot of genres in my life. Um, I've definitely evolved throughout my whole life as a musician.
Okay. And when you sing or you play around the house, what normally do you have listening to in like on your radio? What are you listening to?
You know, it's usually Spotify. I will say like about Spotify, like it has a great algorithm for music. I'll usually just pick a song that I like a lot and just let it play whatever, and I'll just play along to it. But as far as specific artists go, it's like, you know, I like a lot of like Al Green. Like I sang one of his songs for the audition. I'm a big like Prince guy. Um, you know, like Marvin Gaye. Just all those kind of guys, honestly.
Right. Well, that makes sense because, like I said, that's kind of what I was hearing coming through with your voice as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I definitely look forward to seeing what more your voice can expand and to do in the next, 5 to 10 years. Like I said, I'm not going
Yeah.
to steal my question on that, but so. Michael, I'm
Yeah.
going to throw it back to you because I don't know if we have more questions.
We don't have
or
much
what.
more time. I've got two little things I wanted to do in the chat room before we close.
Oh, okay.
And this one is from Marsha Middleton, one of our other co-hosts. And she says, "Hi, Alex. Loved your performance and loving your Bob Marley hat, too. Has his
Thank
work
you.
inspired you in some ways?"
Yeah, I mean, I love Bob Marley. He's great. I like his lyrics because a lot of his lyrics and his melodies are just simple, like just very straightforward, you know. Yeah, I love Bob Marley's great, you know. And just I like reggae. I'm obviously not the biggest reggae fan, but I just love the vibe of reggae music and like just the mellowness of it. And but thank you. Yeah, I bought this hat out in California actually.
Oh,
My
okay.
favorite thing is out there.
And our last comment before we close, and it's just from your aunt, Melody Schubert Whitaker. She says, "We're so proud of you. We're so proud of you."
Oh,
So
love
you have got a lot of fans out there.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
You do. And there was one other, and I think Joy West says 76 New Hope classmates are so proud to support you and follow your journey.
All right. Well, thank you. Much appreciated.
Yeah, you've got a lot of fans out there, and you've had a lot of people in the chat room. Those that I couldn't get to, I am so sorry, but we are very limited in time today. So just a reminder, Alex is our first of 6 from Team Nile this week. Please like and subscribe our Facebook or YouTube channel, and you won't be able to miss anything. So everyone, Liz, did you have any final comment before I sign off? Or you
just wanted to say, Alex, thank you so much for carving out a little bit of your time to be with us today. We really enjoyed it and wish you lots and lots of luck in the future.
Yes, and I totally agree with that.
Great.
And Alex, hope to have you back later in the competition or when it's all done, and you can tell us all the bookings that you might be having. That would be great.
All righty. Absolutely.
So take it
Thank
easy.
you guys
Everyone,
so much. It's been great.
Thank you all for coming, and we'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.